Hi guys, how are you? And welcome back to another video. Super excited to be back. I took a bit of a break, so thank you very much for sticking around so that after all this time. I didn't have that many subscribers, but I'm delighted to say that I'm back making videos, doing what I like, and talking to you guys about watches. Now, since Christmas, I actually bought a few watches, bought and sold a few watches, but these are the ones that I have in my collection. Well, they're not the ones that I have in my collections right now, but these are the ones that I haven't shown you guys, and I actually have been wearing these things quite a lot on and off. So I'm super excited to show you guys what I have installed for you for the next week. Well, the weeks to come. So today won't be a review. It's just going to be a bit of a quick taste, and we're going to be taking these things out of the boxes. Well, I haven't taken them out of the boxes before, but I'm going to be showing you guys one by one what I bought and why I bought them. Alright, so let's get into the boxes and we'll do it one by one. And let's start with the one at the back here. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're just going to move it like that. Push these bad boys behind. Again, thank you very much for still sticking around, and hopefully we'll get new watches, and hopefully you guys like these things. Alright, now, so this particular one that I bought, this is a watch coming from Xiaomi. So let me just do that. As I'm sure you know, there you go. So this watch was made in conjunction with Yupan, and you can find this watch on GearBest and AliExpress. I'll put the links into the description of the video below. Now, I bought this watch, actually, to tell you, this watch was released when MVMT movement watches released their first automatic movement. So I actually bought this watch, and because I actually think it's a good alternative to that. I know you've heard this a million times on YouTube, and you see a lot of videos with movement watches, and you know why people hate them and so on and so forth, and you know, good alternative to a movement watch. But I have to say, the watch that they released that time, their first automatic watch, it was a good looking watch, but this is a lot cheaper. I think it's 3 times cheaper than that. I'll put the links into the description box for all those watches for the watches that I'll be mentioning in this video. But is slightly better. It has better specs and everything. So I'll just be taking this out of the box there. So it comes in this little kind of foamy padded shape box there, and it comes with, if you just take this, let me just take this out. Now, so it comes with 4 straps. Now, I've been wearing it mostly on this strap, and it's because it's a lot more comfortable, and it's actually a well-made, well-machined strap. And it also comes on this this leather strap, but it's actually really hard, and I didn't specifically like it. Now, this features the an automatic movement. It's the same movement that the movement watch features, but we'll get into that a little later. Let me just give it a quick wipe there so you can have a quick look on how it looks. Well, a better wipe. Well, hitting the microphone, hitting the camera there. Now, just focus. And there you go. We'll put this aside. The reason why I actually bought this watch is because it looks really good, and it's really simple. There's no branding on it, nothing, and it has solid specs for the price as well. And the metal strap is actually really well machined. So we'll put this aside for the moment. That's the first watch that I will show you. Stay tuned for the weeks to come for this one. So, like I said, this was made in conjunction with it's by Xiaomi, and it's made in conjunction with Yupen. They made a few more watches. The one, I don't know off the top of my head the model number. It's the one with a little where you can actually see through with the movement. So it's actually really cool. Now I'll put this aside. Solid specs for the price and everything. You can buy that one, I think, for around 60 or 70, depending on what it is, and it was released at the same time. Now let's move on to this one. By what you see on the box there, you can actually tell what it is. So it's a Casio Edifice. And the reason I actually bought this watch is because I've never had an Edifice. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is because of the way it looks, obviously. So this is a quartz movement, and it's just because of the dial. And I love that simple black and white dial. And I've actually never owned a chronograph. So basic chronograph, entry level, it costs around 70 euros or $85 depending on where you get it from. And I have to say, it didn't come on this strap. I actually put this strap on it because the strap that it came on was actually pretty bad. In the box you have all these things here. We'll go through them when we're going to get into a full review. Let me just take it out of that. And this is the watch that I bought. It's a watch bought off Amazon, and slightly more comfortable, and it has this kind of sort of like leather inspired, racing inspired, rally inspired strap. So just for you to have a quick look, really simple, really solid. Your average, your basic chronograph functions, but it's actually a good looking watch, and that kind of panda looking dial, but it doesn't have the panda looking dial because the dial is actually grey with a bit of with black, so it's not black and white, but still really good looking simple watch. Stay tuned for the full review for this one. Now let's put that aside. Hope you enjoy it, guys. Like, these are all these watches that I want to get. They weren't specifically for reviews. These are watches that I actually keep in my collection, and I will hold on to them for quite a while. Now the next watch is, as you can see, is a Seagull. So this actually cost a bit more than the other ones, I have to say. And I have a lot of moans and niggles, as a certain gentleman would say, from YouTube about this watch. But again, stay tuned for the full review. But I loved the design of this watch. So this is the Seagull D51, I think it's called, the Seagull D51 Anniversary Edition. Now, this particular watch costs around 186, 190 euros, probably around $200. The reason why I bought this watch is because I love the vintage inspired dial with the little red tip there on the seconds hand, and it's actually a good looking watch, I have to say. But there are a few things wrong with it. You know, the straps that it came on, both straps are actually kind of, they're not specifically at the best quality. You know, didn't get any solid end links with it because it came on a metal strap. The company, but still not a bad looking watch, and really good specs for the price as well. You're kind of paying a bit more, paying a bit, you know, it's a bit steep, but still I actually love the way it looks, and it's a really good overall solid watch. But we'll get into more detail about it in the full review. Because actually, this watch took a lot of my wrist time, and there's a bit of a backstory with this one. I'll tell you guys in the review, so stay tuned for that the weeks to come. Now, let me put that aside, and last but not least, which is probably my favorite watch, is a Phoebus. As you can see, I've never owned a Phoebus, and I actually fell in love with these things the moment I saw them on YouTube when they got released. And I have to say, Phoebus has been making amazing watches and with amazing specs for the prices. And this one was bought secondhand. I traded a couple of my watches for it, but I have to say, you can pick one of these up now for like literally nothing, and it's a good all-round watch. And for the specs as well that you're getting with it, it's a keeper. So this one's going to stay in my collection for, let's say, for long now. So open it. Woo! So papers coming out. That's what we bought. We only bought papers, and boom. So it is the Phoebus Wave Master. Let's just take it out of that. Now some of the boxes had a few more things in them, but I didn't include them all in the video, but because this is mostly for the dramatic purpose of it. Let me just give that a quick wipe. And let's just give that a quick shake there. So it is the Phoebus Wave Master. Now, this particular watch is an absolute beaut, and I have to say I love it. It's nice, it's chunky, and I fell in love with the properly machined strap there. And it's a big watch, it's a big heavy watch, but I always wanted to get one of these since I saw it on YouTube first, and I fell in love with it, and it's amazing. Especially for the, you can pick one of these up right now for around $160, depending on where you get it from. eBay, if you find one on eBay, it'll probably cost a bit more, but it depends on whatever state it is. You can get it for around $150, $160, but it's a good, solid, all-around watch. I think they still sell them on the website. Now, again, I have been wearing this for quite some time now as well. I got it immediately. I think I got it last month or so. but it's been taking a lot of my wrist time. I love the strap, even though it's heavy. I love the chunkiness of it, even though it's really tall. It's around 14.5 millimeters, but it's an amazing watch with solid specs. You know, you get the 300-meter water resistance and really solid, and it's just like properly built. That satisfactory click in the bezel there, and it's just a solid all-around watch. This is I have to say, I have saved the best for last, just because I loved to show it to you guys, and I can't wait to do a full review on this and show it to you guys why I loved it so much. But I'm gonna put this aside for the moment, and this was actually amazing. So guys, these are the watches that I wanted to show you guys, and stay tuned for the full reviews for these watches in the next weeks to come. Again, thank you very much for my subscribers who are still here, and again, if you enjoyed this video, click a like, click a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one, and stay tuned, and thank you very much again, and I'll see you again. Bye.